Hey guys, before I start with today's topic, I wanna announce a new giveaway in which you have a chance to win $50 Amazon gift card. All you have to do to participate in this giveaway is simply to be subscribed, like this video and post comment on today's topic. Today I'm going to talk about a few theories about Arya being dead and about the Waif wearing and portraying Arya ever since the fight in the Dark Chamber took place, along with two more theories that include both of already mentioned characters. This video is going to be long and detailed, so just sit back and enjoy. After Arya survived multiple stab wounds, leaping out the window, falling down the stairs, apparently managing to defeat the Waif, and upon Jaqen's statement that there is not a third chance, upon saying that she must die, Arya still felt a need to say the farewell to her mentor, which makes no sense to me, as logical choice would be to kill the Waif and run away from Braavos. As we all know, Arya came back to the house all black and white with a face that is apparently face of the Waif, which is surprising that Arya could barely stand, not to mention fight and win against the Waif, and on top of all of those facts, Arya also seemingly recovered from serious wounds and blood loss in short amount of time. While some of us would tell that Lady Crane was of tremendous help to Arya, might even heal her in that more than short amount of time, some of us could also tell that Arya played it very smart, as she on purpose headed to that dark chamber, in a room in which she hid her sword, in a room that had only one source of light, a candle that Arya sliced, as she estimated that her chances of surviving are bigger, as she has been trained by the first sword of Braavos by Syrio, and also has been taught to fight blinded while trying to become a faceless man assassin. The room went black, and the next thing we saw was Jaqen entering the Hall of Faces, where he found out that Arya killed a Waif, whereupon Jaqen was surprisingly happy about Arya reclaiming her identity and her intentions to go home, which might be a confirmation that Jaqen is actually Syrio Forel, could be a confirmation that from the beginning Jaqen wanted her to be herself, to be Arya Stark. If Jaqen truly is Syrio, you might wonder, why did he send the Waif after Arya? Why did he let the Waif to almost kill her? The answer could be a theory in which the Waif didn't stab Arya, but Jaqen wearing Arya's face, which a few facts might confirm. Those facts are that Arya, who could have used one of faces and hide her true identity as she has been using in order to kill Walder Frey, as she was aware of the Waif's intentions to kill her, but she decided to be herself to surprisingly walk calmly around Braavos in search for travel back to Westeros. The second fact is that she didn't have her sword with her, even though she was a target for a faceless man, and if this wasn't enough for you to believe in the story, let's mention the last third fact that is going in favor to this theory, which is Arya having a big amount of money to afford a trip back to Westeros, and on top of all of this demanding to leave tomorrow instead to leave immediately. Next, what happened is even more surprising, as Arya, upon making a deal, she decided to walk around like a tourist. I mean, yes, she's leaving tomorrow, she probably wanted to see a few historical sites for the last time, but she's not a tourist. In addition, she was being hunted. With all of those facts being said, I don't have anything to say against those who support this theory. It would actually make a lot of sense if Jaqen was wearing Arya's face and that way tested the Waif, while on the same time, he saved Arya and paid her travel back to Westeros. I'm aware that most of you right now are questioning the accuracy of this theory, just as I've been while thinking about it. I'm aware that most of you think that Jaqen couldn't wear Arya's face as she is alive, but you might be wrong. Back in the final episode of Season 5, there was a scene in which Jaqen Hagar wore Arya's face, who was standing just beside him. That scene confirms, at least in my opinion, that the faceless man assassins can wear the face of a person that is not dead, a person that is still alive, as they might be able to create a face, to create some kind of a mask from the other faces in order to portray a man or woman that is still alive. The only thing that makes this theory questionable is Arya's statement that she referred to Jaqen after everything was done. She said, "You told her to kill me." Which means that Arya and the Waif had that fight in the dark room, as Jaqen didn't know who had won and who had died until he entered the Hall of Faces, but still, according to this theory, it was Jaqen wearing Arya's face who got stabbed instead of Arya. To conclude this theory, Jaqen is actually Syrio Forel. He was wearing Arya's face in order to test the Waif, which would explain why Arya was calmly walking around like a tourist without her sword, and how Arya was having a huge amount of money to pay for her travel, while Arya only fought against the Waif with her sword in the dark room. If you want to hear more details about a faceless man that wears face of a Lorati criminal by the name of Jaqen Hagar is actually Syrio Forel, feel free to check it out in one of my previous videos. I have to admit that this theory that I mentioned a few moments ago is pretty plausible, but on the other hand, we should think about a theory that has been floating around ever since Arya killed the Waif, ever since she said to Jaqen that her name is Arya Stark of Winterfell and that she's going home, on which Jaqen reacted more than surprisingly. Could it be that Arya didn't survive? Could it be that the person that returned to the house of Black and White was the Waif wearing Arya's face? Well, there's certainly a possibility, and that's a theory which I'm going to consider and to talk about for the next few minutes. The Waif, just as Arya, had also been training to become no one, so perhaps by killing and becoming Arya, she passed her test and became a faceless man, which would explain why the Waif was interested and was knowing almost every single detail about Arya, about her family and about her whole life, which is something that the faceless men have to do before they take someone's face, before they become that same person, before they become no one. Arya, with proving that she will never be no one, which she proved by hiding her sword, instead of giving it up with all the other things associated with her old life, by murdering someone without the many-faced god's blessing, and finally failing purposely to assassinate Lady Crane, made Jaqen Hagar to fulfill his promise that he gave to the Waif, made Jaqen to let the Waif kill Arya with only one order, to kill her quickly without suffering. With all of this being said, if the Waif actually killed and took Arya's face, it would explain Jaqen's final sentence that he said to Arya, who is by this theory actually the Waif wearing Arya's face. He said, "Finally, a girl is no one." Something that Arya surely didn't become. So yeah, Jaqen being proud, Jaqen saying that a girl has finally become no one, might but only might be referred to the Waif, as she has also been trying to prove that she can be no one, and maybe by not just killing Arya but also wearing Arya's face and becoming Arya is the ultimate proof that she finally became no one, that she finally accomplished her goal. Also, we should consider Jaqen's smile upon Arya's statement, I'm quoting, "A girl is Arya Stark of Winterfell and I'm going home," which is something to think about. If this theory is true, if Arya is actually dead, and if the Waif is wearing her face, Jaqen could be happy because now he has a reliable member of the Faceless Man masquerading as Arya Stark, which is worth a great deal to the many-faced god. Showrunners might have left out the battle between the Waif and Arya, so they could pull one of the greatest, if not the greatest twist in the following seasons, which would once again provide dose of shock, something that made this series special among all the others. Among those two theories that I mentioned, there's one more theory that includes both of them, includes Arya and the Waif. According to this theory, Arya and the Waif are the same person, with the Waif existing only in Arya's mind. The Waif would have been the no one that Arya had been trying to become. At first this might sound crazy, but let's see the clues that are apparently going in favor to this theory. According to this theory, the biggest clue is in the fact that only Arya and her mentor, the faceless man that wears face of Florati criminal by the name of Jaqen Hagar, ever seem to encounter the Waif, which is a little bit strange. This theory would also explain why nobody intervened when the Waif was beating a temporary blind Arya with a stick in the streets of Bravos, which a possibility of those passers, by not intervening, could be explained by a fact that it could have led them to death, but not even to look at them. That's something that led me to believe that the Waif existed only in Arya's mind, at least to believe in it for a few moments. As this theory continues, we're coming to the strongest, let's call it proof that goes in favor to this theory, which is the fact that the Waif knew absolutely everything about Arya, about her whole life, a fact that besides this theory also goes in favor to a theory that I mentioned a few minutes ago, theory in which the Waif killed and replaced Arya, as the faceless man before wearing someone's face firstly has to learn absolutely everything about a person which the faceless man intends to replace and portray. In conclusion, all those theories are more than interesting. Every single one of them contains some kind of proof, but I'll let you decide about accuracy of those three theories, and of course let me know in which one you believe if you do in the comment section down below. Do you think that it was Arya herself who decided not to hide her true identity by wearing someone's face, as she did in order to get a chance to avenge her family, to kill Walder Frey, same girl that was surprisingly calmly walking around Bravos, famous locations with huge amount of money, without her sword, even though she knew that the Waif is going after her, which resulted with her being stabbed multiple times? Or do you think it was Jaqen Hagar who sacrificed himself in order to test the Waif, and in order to save Arya from a possible slow death? Also, give me your thoughts about those two theories in which Arya is actually dead while the Waif is wearing her face, and about a theory in which the Waif existed only in Arya's mind.